Do you think Kambosos will have an edge, though, when it comes to the judges over there?
I don't know. He should be.
How about Kambosos Haney, bro?
Like I said before, I think that it's a given fight for Haney. He's going to win, he's going to outbox him and just do what he does.
Do you think you guys are going to meet up at 140, T.O.?
Yeah, I believe we're all going to meet up at 140.
How about Devin Haney versus Kambosos?
That's also a tough fight. I like Devin Haney, but Kambosos will be at home, and that's the only thing I'm worried about there.
Devin Haney, Kambosos fight.
I love that fight. It's not an easy fight for either guy. Of course, while I'd like to see Devin Haney outbox Kambosos it definitely seems in the fight with Lopez. He has a way of getting you off of your rhythm and taking that distance away from you and not allowing you to find your range. So I love that fight for a number of reasons. But that after Devin Haney fought Jojo Diaz, I said, please give us Kambosos versus Haney, and we got it.
Is there any concerns that is being in Australia? I know I've heard some people saying that hometown,
For me, no. I would go anywhere to fight anybody if the money was right and the fight was right. You know what I mean? So definitely salute Devin Haney for taking that on, understanding that he's literally going to this guy's land to get the job done. With that being said, I personally don't feel like he has anything to worry about. Of course, in that respect, I'm very naive saying that. But we keep our fingers crossed, hope that the right people are there to do the right job.
Did you get it?
Haney. I don't know how that fight gonna go either, but Haney's skills is real good.
Then we got Devin Haney versus Kambosos.
A joke.
He a joke? Why you say he a joke?
The fight's a joke, and he a joke, and he has no power, and yeah.
Another Undisputed fight coming up in June, lightweight division, Devin Haney, George Kambosos. Just your thoughts on that fight and how you said Devin getting so young too.
I don't have the zone, so I don't know nothing about
It's on
Kambosos.
ESPN.
I don't even watch that TV. I watch Showtime box.
We got Devin Haney and Kambosos coming up. Who you got in that fight?
Devin Haney and Kambosos, that's going to be a great fight. But I'm rocking with the young champ. I'm rocking with Devin. Devin going to be smart, do his thing, and go in there and box,
Devin Haney, man.
Yeah, that's a good one.
How you think it's going to play out?
Much respect to Devin Haney for even taking the risk, even going over there in foreign territory. Not once, but if he wins, he has to go back over there again. So, but and he made it known, like, listen, if you want these big fights, it's not hard to be made. If you just, if you do the proper steps, you can get these big fights to happen in boxing. But I think Devin has a real great chance up there, a great chance of winning. Kambosos, though, you can't count him out. He's always stepped up to the, to the plate when he needed to, and he's always put on stellar performances himself. So I think it's a real interesting fight.
That's a good fight. Two great fighters. It's gonna be a close fight, but I think Haney edges it off.
We have Devin Haney opening Australia versus Kambosos.
No, I want Devin to win. And Devin, like I said, I know for myself, personally, the competitiveness that Devin has. And I'm putting my money on Devin.
That's a good one, man. I think, matter of fact, I'm gonna go over here and watch Haney. I think Haney gonna pull it out. I think he'll pull it out. He was showing a lot of grit and grind in his arsenal and his game, a lot of will and determination. So I think he's gonna pull it out. It's gonna be tough over there in Australia, but when guys accept that challenge and be undefeated, they got it in their heart that they're gonna win.
Yeah, that's an interesting contract they got rolled up over there. I've seen the terms over there. You got to go over there, fight him, man. You got a rematch clause over there. So, I got Devin Haney pulling it out, though, for sure.
Over in Australia.
Devin. Kambosos is a tough guy, for sure. Tough character, man. Tough cookie. But Devin gonna wash him. You talking about skill set, work ethic, technique, fundamental. Devin, man. Devin, easy.
Ooh, that is an awesome fight. Kambosos is ridiculously talented, but I've known Devin and his family for a while, and this is something that he's been working towards for the longest time. So I think that'll be a great fight, but I think Devin will win that one.
Next, we have Devin Haney versus George Kambosos.
That's a tough fight because Devin Haney's going to Australia. Well, Devin Haney, he can box. He can box really, really good, and I think he's just going to take it to him.
Kambosos.
I got Devin. Devin's a great, skillful boxer. He's one of the best in boxing. So I think he's going to go out there and capture that undisputed title.
Okay. Hey, man, who going to win that Haney-Kambosos fight, bro?
Honestly, the fans lose.
Yeah. No, seriously, man.
You had to pick someone. Man, you know what? I'm going for Kambosos. I want Kambosos. You know why?
That's right.
Why?
That's right.
Because I don't like Devin Haney and how he looks.
Kambosos said that he offered Devin Haney the same deal that they offered Lomachenko. I mean, is there any real proof to that, and that Lomachenko had agreed or would agree to a 2-fight deal in Australia, even if he?
I don't know. I mean, look, when the deal fell through for us because they no longer wanted to give DAZN the Australian TV rights. But the deal that I was offering Devin Haney was the rematch in America. But it was irrelevant because when the deal broke down, we couldn't do a deal. So Devin, who was incredibly loyal throughout, had no choice but to take that deal or not get the fight. But you have to admire Devin Haney because although it's probably not a great deal, he thinks he should have got more money. Now if he wins, he has to fight for the titles in Australia. If he wins, he has to defend them again in Australia.
At only 20%, is that correct?
Yeah, but if you believe in yourself as a long-term play, and this is why he deserves respect, because he thinks it's a bad deal, and it is a bad deal, but it's the only way he's going to achieve that greatness and become undisputed. So I take my hat off to Devin Haney. I believe on an even playing field, he wins that fight. I hope he wins the fight. I've got a lot of respect for George Kambosos as well, but that was the deal. He was handcuffed.
Do you think they offered that so in hopes that he would not take the deal?
No, I don't. I just think that was their interpretation of his value. I mean, Bob Arum's never spoke well about Devin Haney, but now he's got him on ESPN for 2 fights. And when Devin Haney wins those fights and becomes undisputed, I look forward to welcoming him back to Matchroom and DAZN.